So with today's environment and what's going on, in the economy, what are you looking at moving forward for the rest of this year into next year? What type of deals and
Yeah, that's another, I spend my weeks just networking on the phone. I do these free 15-minute phone calls with folks, just a Q&A, right? Whether it was a blog or podcast or wherever somebody, found me or saw me. Everybody's got questions, or how does that pertain to my situation, or what about this situation? Anyway, so through doing that, I've another thing I've really learned, especially since COVID, is all the different thoughts and philosophies and points of view on COVID. I mean, you've got investors saying, oh, I'm out, I'm sitting on the sidelines till this whole thing's over, I'm not doing anything. You've got people saying, look, I just sold a business, I got to put some money to work, I don't want to sit on the sidelines for a year or two, or who knows how long. And then people in between, and you see the conservatives and you see the risk takers. And so for me, I tend to think I'm fairly conservative, moderately conservative. However, I've still continued to invest since March. Closed a deal in March, as an LP in that deal. And then, 3 more since then, maybe 2 or 3 more since then. And I will continue to do so. I'm looking for deals this month. So the point is this, that the market has shifted, things have changed, collections and occupancy have swayed. Well, it's reflective in the purchase price of the properties that, I'm partnering on, right? Maybe there's a $2 million discount on the property or something like that on a larger multifamily. So that's my philosophy, is that there's always a deal to be had, whether we're in a bull market, whether we're in a bust, whether we're just stagnant for years. There's always going to be some deal that from an underwriting standpoint and being conservative makes sense. And so I'm of that mindset. But I know folks that have been on the sidelines almost 6 years now because they're waiting on the big crash. So I don't know.
just, I guess, like back in March when, the stock market was crashing, right? Everyone just decided to take a seat thinking that this thing was going to go down for a couple of years. And now we're back up, back to where it was, like crazy. So yeah, you don't know where the market's going. I mean, in theory, if interest rates are not going to move over the next couple of years, as the Fed is kind of giving us guidance,
Right.
I mean, demand for real estate should stay strong. I mean, it's going to differ, be different in different areas, but it'll be interesting to see. And I'm glad to see you're still doing deals. I mean, we're doing deals ourselves and in specific areas that we think are still have room to grow over the next few years.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other generalization that drives me nuts, is like when people just use a term like real estate. Well, real estate's going to go down. What does that mean? Single family, multifamily, self-storage, mobile home park, which markets, which sub-markets? What if you bought it at a 40% discount? Is that not a good deal? I mean, there's just so many factors.